Hey guys, Tom from FC Ultra here, and today I'm down at Ultra Football. I'm going to be taking you guys through a bit of a fun video. We're going to be taking a look at some of the best football drills you can do by yourself. So we're going to be taking a look at a bit of groundwork, a bit of touch, and a bit of striking. Little drills that you can do by yourself with no one else around, but let's get into it. Alright, so the first groundwork drill we're going to take a look at has to be one of the most simple drills in the world, but it also is super effective. All you're going to need is a ball, and it's simply called toe taps. There's lots of variations of this and lots of improvements you can add to it as well to make it more challenging. But to start with, it's simple as just taking little touches with your toe on top of the ball. Now once you get good at this, you want to be able to lift your head up as well. It means you can assess your surroundings in the game, and then from here you can add in different variations such as dragging it back for 5, pushing it forward. Dragging it back for 5, pushing it forward. And you can even start moving the ball side to side as well, so it's got to move. But it's an easy way to just warm up and get lots of good quick touches on the ball. Alright, so first variation, moving on from toe taps, is simply push with the outside of your foot and then pull back with the studs again. Now this is just to add a bit more control using the different parts of your foot, because obviously in football you're not only using your studs. Of course, from there we have another variation as well. This one's a little bit harder, might take a bit to get used to. It's the same thing, push, pull, but then put it behind the back of the leg. So it's a bit more variation again, incorporating more skills that you'll use in the game. And of course you can add any skill you want into this as well. Come up with as challenging as possible once you get used to it, and always remember, make sure to keep that chin up so you can see what is going on around you. Alright, so talking our second basic groundwork drill that you can do by yourself now, and I've got some cones for this one, but honestly you can use anything. You can use your spare shoes, you can use t-shirts, you can use track pants, you can use backpacks, it doesn't matter. And all you're going to do is you're going to place a whole bunch around on the ground. Make sure to scatter them out a little bit. And what these are going to be is obstacles, or basically for us to work through while we're dribbling. It's just an aim to try and not hit it. And you can start doing this by traveling from one side to another, and then as you work up you start working just inside that area, manipulating the ball in different directions as well. But now that we've gone through groundwork, it's time to take a look at a bit of touch and feel on the ball. Now obviously this is going to mean lifting the ball up in the air, so the simplest, easiest way to do this is to just juggle. And any touch on the ball is a good touch on the ball in my opinion. So all you got to do is get that ball in the air and just juggle. Simple as that. So now once you've done juggling for a wee while, you can also add in some challenges. So one that Barca Academy do really well, which I really enjoy, is they call it 2 low, 1 high. So it's easy as it's 2 low juggles, putting it up and then controlling with another low juggle, then up again. Now obviously as you get better at this, the low highs, you can make the ball go even higher again. So an even harder variation than low highs is what we call the ladder. So you're going to go, for the easier variation of it, you go from your foot to your knee, to your head, to your knee, to your foot. So you want to go up one side and then down the other. This can also be done with adding a shoulder in there as well. So it goes foot, knee, shoulder, head, shoulder, knee, foot. It's definitely a hard one, and if you can get this going from one side to another and back, honestly you are absolutely smashing it. Let's see if I can pull out a half decent example for you guys at home. So that's what it looks like when you're going from one side to the other. Obviously if you can come back again from your weak side back to your strong side, that is unbelievable. So let us know, tag us in your videos. If you're pulling any of these off, make sure you show us, because it's a very hard skill to master. So this next drill that's going to work on touch is honestly going to require the most gear so far, and all that is a wall. So obviously you don't have a teammate to bounce passes with, but you can just simply use a wall, and sometimes, I'm not going to lie, they're more consistent than teammates. So the thing we're focusing on here isn't the striking of the ball, we'll talk about that later, but in this one we're talking about that first touch. Now the simple thing is to literally put the ball into the ball, as soon as you receive it back, you got to get that first good touch, and the easiest way to do this is one touch play to start. Again, we'll add variations on after this. Alright, so one touch play, as you've just seen there, is always a good, nice, easy way to start off getting your touches on the ball. But then from there, you want to look at using the other parts of your feet, because obviously you don't always control with the inside of your foot. So for example, for this one, you go play right foot, touch outside right foot, play left foot, outside left foot, play, and you just vary between those 2 feet. Always work on your 2 feet while you're playing. Alright, so those 2 are very, very simple basic drills to get your first touch underway. Of course, you can just play first time passes as well. The other thing you can do when you're playing up against the wall is you can lengthen the distance. If it's getting too easy, or if you know you're a midfield player, maybe a 6 that likes to spray passes a bit more, you can definitely further that distance out, just so you're replicating what you'll be doing within the game itself. Now with this, all it is going to be is simply adding a shoulder check before you get the ball back and then picking what you do. Now with this, I'm going to be a bit more free with my touch. I might turn out and then go back to the wall and play. I might take a touch away and then come back. But the key is to always have the head up and checking your surroundings. Honestly, if you do this, it will improve your game so much. It's time to do one of the funnest parts of football, and that is striking the ball. Now when we get to this, again, a wall is going to be your best friend, and if you guys at home have any tape that you can put on the wall as a target, that would be perfect. For me, I'm going to be using this halfway line as my point to aim for, but with tape it means you can aim for higher options as well, so that can be a really good workaround. Now, when we're looking at passing, we're looking at, of course, using both feet, but also the shapes of pass that we're going to play. So we're looking at using the instep, the outside of the foot, our laces, all that good stuff, and I've lengthened it out a little bit. So again, I'm simply just going to start with instep passes, just trying to find that halfway mark. Easy as. Now obviously when we're looking at passing, again, I'm not worrying too much about touch, but let's not make sure it goes to waste, but we're looking at weight of pass. That's one of the most important things, as well as hitting the target. So when you've got a wall, this one's a little bit soft, so I really have to hit the pass to get it back. If you've got a nice concrete wall, you might just need to tap it in, but that's something you're going to have to factor in the games, so always keep that in mind. Now I'm going to start spreading it out even more as if I'm playing a crossfield ball. I might lace some, I might whip some, but yeah, you just got to work on what you think is position relative as well, and again, as always, using both feet. Alright, so seeing the last drill, make sure you stick around till the end, because then we're talking striking, and honestly it's my favorite thing to do. But for this one here, what I've done, I've combined all of the drills we've done so far into one final drill. Now ideally for this, like I said, you'll be able to find 2 walls. I know that's not always the easiest, but all you're going to do, in between the 2 walls, you're going to place a selection of cones. Again, it can be shoes, it can be jerseys, it can be bags, doesn't really matter, just some obstacles in there. And what you're going to do, you're going to work from one wall to the other, turning out, beating the obstacles, and then playing. So keep your eyes on this one. This one's a bit of fun. It's putting everything we've worked on so far in the drill together, and again, you can add your own personal variations, but this is arguably probably one of the best drills to do by yourself if you want to get some good touches on the ball. Alright, so it is time to talk striking of the ball, and now this is my out-and-out favourite, because ideally you get to put the ball in the top bins of the goal. Now obviously you guys might not have a goal where you are. This is designed to do in small spaces as well. Again, if you've got that wall and the tape, easy as. Tape out a goal, tape out targets, try and hit those. Now when you're striking the ball, you also want to try and use different techniques. So we want to be whipping the ball, we want to be even knuckling the ball if you want to do that, driving the ball, swazzing the ball. Try and get as much out of it as you can, and again, try on both feet, never neglect one. Now for you guys at home, I'll put some targets in the top corners, because that's what I want to show you guys. I want to give you the best content possible, hopefully balls in the top bins, but of course statistically scoring goals, most of them get scored in the bottom corners. So if you're doing this for out and out training to be effective on a football pitch, keep that in mind as well. You can put targets down those bottom corners. You can even put a ball there that you've got to aim between the post and the ball. There's a lot of different variations you can do to improve your shooting. Like I said, I'm going to be aiming top bins for you guys at home. I've also got a wall here, so I might even be bouncing passes off the wall so the ball's moving out of my feet. You can even put cones down to beat before you shoot. There's a lot of variations you can do, but for you guys, I'm just going to be putting that ball in the goal. So there it is, guys. Those are the best drills to do by yourself. Now, the good thing about these drills is they don't really need much space either. And like I've said, really the only thing you really need is a wall. Apart from that, you can use things like shoes, bags, shirts, all of that. It's all stuff you have around your house. Let us know if you're using these drills at home. Comment down below, tag us in your videos, all that fun stuff. We will definitely be watching. And if you've got any questions, make sure to drop them down below as well. But that's it for the video today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.